Okay, for a second there, OBS almost crashed. But we're back! OBS didn't like switching to this scene, apparently. It's a bit of a complicated scene for it to work with, because it's got two screen captures that it's doing, and then it's got chat, and then it's got the images, and yeah, it doesn't like it very much. That said, we're back. It looks like we need to find the hotel on Great Ellie Street, but first, wow, look at those big fat carp in there. The fish must enjoy swimming against a gentle current. People often come here just to sit and feed fish. Here's a coin. Here's a coin. And then we'll talk to the local constabulary. The evacuation order has been given. Move along now, nothing to see here. Didn't we just see you elsewhere? How am I supposed to know who or what you just saw? Mistillery officers have the same uniforms, helmets, and haircuts. Most of us are related as well. Really? Your Nurse Joys? It's all by the order of Chief Jakes. That isn't time. This isn't time to discuss official regulations. Back up a second. There's an official regulation that you have to all be related? Does anybody else see a problem with that? Law enforcement, all related. There's a problem there. I can't let you pass this way. I have to get permission from either the chief or the mayor. They have permission. Ah, Mayor Triton's son is accompanying you. Well, that's a different matter then. You may pass. Tell your father I said hello, will you, son? How will we tell? You're all the same. Which one should we say said hello? The one with the haircut, the one with the hat, or the one with the nose? That leads to Pike Lane. That's right. The hotel's on Great Ellie Street, which you neglected to tell us which one is Ellie Street. But I'm guessing the arrow is supposed to be indicating where. Oh, hey, it's Pompadour. Handles draped in cobwebs. It's odd that such a seemingly convenient door is unused. Maybe it's because no one wants to touch that grimy handle. Just clean the handle, then! Officer Jenny said, hello, father. That too. Why did I make the Nurse Joy comparison when the Officer Jenny comparison was right there? They're both cops! What is wrong with me? Sir, your hair is amazing. Oh yes, fate is kind to bring us together once more. I hope you are well, my friends. Also, my voice has probably changed since you've last seen me. Ignore that! Yes, we meet again. Is there something we can help you with? You help me! That is rich indeed, my tall-hatted friend. Say nothing, but tap that pipe over there. Tap strong! You must tap 10 times or so. Any less and I cannot help you. Hey! An item, a tiny fossil. It came out like a Super Mario question mark block. Yes! Start a collection with that. Now you may discover an entirely new passion. Except he's an archaeologist, he would find that kind of stuff. There are treasures hidden in odd places around town. Add these objects to your collection. Soon your collection will be grand enough to inspire many all across the land. These items are scattered about, so if you think a place looks suspicious, tap tap tap, and then tap more. I understand, thank you. This is quite to my investigative liking. Those are the words of a passionate gentleman. Let me reward you, good sir. To recall the bridge where fate first brought us together, go to the wooden box there. Trust me. And now I shall take my leave. Follicle duty calls. Enjoy your tapping, my friends. Collection has been added to the trunk. You received the collection from Aldous. Collection is now available in the professor's trunk. Here you can store any rare items you find on your travels. Collect as many of these items as you can during your investigation. We now have a place to store items during investigation. Now to the hotel on Great Ellie Street. No, we're gonna go straight back to the box the dude just told us about. As long as the game will let me. It does have a tendency to put invisible walls in places. Wasn't here. Nope. Box! Look at that car! Professor, are you sure we should just leave the automobile here? I do not see how we can get into town. I think it will be fine. That's your car? It's so small and beat up. It just looks unsafe. Well, it's definitely safe. But you think it looks beat up? Luke, someone your age couldn't understand the charm of the Layton mobile. The Layton mobile, eh? So she's the one who named it that? You need to take a ride in it to understand, Luke. Professor, let's take Luke for a ride later. Yes, of course. That would be fun. Nothing suspicious here, officer. I would say no outsiders in Miss Salary. Made an exception for you, however. Just to let the chief know, or it's curtains for me. Certainly, but why can't people come into Miss Salary? I just get so sleepy when I'm on the job, you know. Perhaps I'm working too hard. Miss Salary's finest. Box. We found a sticky spoon. Yay! Fine. We'll look at the collection and see if it's anything useful. It is of little monetary value, but it makes a striking paperweight. It's a fossil! It's literally a fossil! Who cares, like, what type of fossil it is? That still has some value. Sticky spoon. Must remember to restore it to its former elegance once I'm home. I guess it probably doesn't have much monetary value, but maybe scientific value. No, wrong way. There was a bird up there. Anything that moves on the screen, I'm now, like, hardwired to try and find them and catch them. Because I've missed 2 mice so far. Hint coin! Imagine debris and whatnot drifting into the canals. You often see Bucky going down this canal. With such a gentle current, he must drift at a leisurely pace. Hint coin! Sir, are you not aware of the evacuation order? Oh, I'm going. Just let me get my things together. If I forget anything, my wife and son are going to be awfully mad. Good luck, sir. Please act quickly. Forward! Here's the hotel. If the area has been evacuated, everyone should be gone, right? Only one way to find out. Ooh! Found something. It's a hidden puzzle. Puzzle number 145. As you can see, they kind of jump up in number, especially if you find hidden ones. Planet Cube. 60 picarets! Oh, fuck me. You are working on creating a map of a small cubical planet. The map has been folded out so the 6 sides lie flat. This reminds me of a D&D campaign I did once. All you need to do is fill the squares to complete the map. Rotate and place the pieces so that the roads on the assembled map all connect properly. There will be 1 piece left over at the end, of course. Ooh. Okay. The piece that's going to be behind this one is this one. So... hold on. I want to make sure I understand how this would fold correctly. 3D image... what's it called? Spatial recognition, I think is the term. I'm not good at it. So... you know, let's start with something easy. Any space pretty much can fit there, though. If I do that... this would have to connect up and right. Like that. Hold on. Would it connect there? It would. Okay. Sometimes you just have to go with what works at the moment. That certainly doesn't fit. That does. And that would fit there, because it connects in the middle. So whatever piece I put here, the top of it doesn't have to connect to something. In fact, it specifically cannot connect to something, which doesn't work with any of the pieces I've got right now. So I need to put you there. Right? Fold it down. Fold it across. Okay, because see, this space corresponds to this block. This block corresponds to this block. Which means I need something that connects in the middle over here. Oh, this is really hard. We're using hidden coins because my poor brain can't handle this kind of spatial reasoning. The only way to go about this is try out each piece in turn and proceed most effectively. Try to find a starting piece with an unusual feature and work out how the others connect to that. Ooh, that works though. That works though. Okay. Oh, having to rotate all these pieces and everything. Oh, my poor brain. It doesn't work like this. It hates working like this. Okay, that works. That works right there. So I think I'm good so far, which means I only need 2 more pieces to make sense. No. This fits in the middle piece. That might do it. Alright, let me think. Let me fold this thing in my mind to try and fit all these pieces together. Alright, that matches there. Okay, hold on. I should memo certain places. Alright, so this part matches this part right here. Okay. This part matches this part, so they're good. All the roads that lead off into the middle of nowhere have to match somehow. So let's use a different color. This part should match this part. No. Shoot, that doesn't work. It shouldn't connect all 4 sides. This one should not connect 4 sides, it should only connect 3. Shoot, that ruins everything. That ruins literally everything. Okay, so the only thing that can fit here is one that connects 3 sides, not 4, because it ends up back here. How many do I have that only connect 3 sides? I have you. These 3 only connect 3 sides. So one of these has to go here. Which ruins a lot, because that was my main point there. So let's see what would happen if I do that. How would I have to rotate it? I'd have to rotate it so the blank side's there. That side has to be blank. So I'll make a memo here. Erase all. This end has to be blank. Means if I do this, the bottom has to connect like that. That one could be anything. This middle piece is going to be a big deal. So I need to somehow connect these two together. Which I can do if I do that. But that doesn't work, because this part has to connect to this part. This is a really hard one. Oof. My poor brain. Actually, this could go here, and that would fit. Okay, so I think I've got these first two down then. Okay, to make that work, I could do... Oh, no. There we go. Okay, that part fits. That part fits there. So we need another that exits out the middle. This one would do that, but it doesn't fit in the right spot. Actually, none of these would work, would they? So no, I haven't gotten this right. What time does it begin Tuesday? What time zone are you in? That way you know. I usually do my full schedule at the end of the stream. I let everybody know, so I'll review then, but right now I'll let you know. I am PST, which is West Coast US. That means Eastern Time, I start at 1, but Western Time, PST, I start at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. I actually stream for 3 hours, so we're actually about 40 minutes away from when I quit, when I cancel stream, or end stream, I should say. Cancel stream? That sounds a lot different. This is really, really hard. Oh, that fits there, though. That fits there. That could make this a lot easier. Okay. That's a much better choice to put there. There we go. Okay. Now I need something that goes out the middle here. Not a problem. I don't mind letting you know. I've got, I'll have it... When I finish, I have a screen that I put up that gives a better view of exactly what my schedule is. I do YouTube and Twitch, so it helps people to visualize what happens. This isn't a good place either. So this probably doesn't fit. This is one that only does 3 sides. It would have to fit like that to work. Okay. That won't work. I need one that comes up the middle. That goes up the middle. Okay, that goes up the middle. But then I'd have to use a 3 mark one, which doesn't work. Ugh. This is so difficult. Let's get the rest of the hints. Maybe tempted to only look at the roads, but you'll find that there are too many choices. Pay careful attention to the top edge of the piece that is already placed. There's no reason to know it. What does that piece that connects there look like? Well, that's what I've established. That was one of the logic things I've already done. Part of this game. So that means you're not helping me. Do that. And see if that helps. That's the last piece that would fit there. That goes up the middle, so that's good. That goes there. But that would not fit here. That does not fit there. That does not fit there. Nope. I need every hint. Give me the rest of the hints. Place the piece with the lake on the left end of the map. Alright. One with the lake. That's this one. And rotate it like that. So that's our starting point. Good. I had to make sure for a sec, because this game does do that. I had to make sure this isn't movable. Alright, that works there. That works there. But none of these will work then, because I would need a 3-piece here. Or a 3... Yeah, none of these work. So that does not work there. That means that does not work there. This could work there. And if that did... None of those work, though. Super hint. First time we've used a super hint. You know that there is one unused piece. It's the piece that is just one tree and roads on all 4 sides. These remaining pieces to finish. 1 tree and 4 on all sides. So that piece is not used at all. Okay. Knowing that this piece is not used, how do we use the rest? That does not work. That piece does not go there. That piece does not go there. That piece does not go there. So it has to be this piece. And it has to be that way. So here, I'm going to write a memo. Check, check. That's a really big check. Okay. We know that a 3-piece has to be here. And that's the only one that makes sense, because that's the only 3-piece we have available to us. We do that. And that. That works. In fact, I believe we finally finished it.
This took some creative thinking.
Took all the hint coins!
No puzzle is without an answer.
At almost like 20 minutes, but we did it! Correct! Your sweet little cubic planet map is complete. Oh, those secret puzzles. Those secret puzzles are rough. One good puzzle deserves another, and there's always another. Alright. Head in. Finally continuing the plot. I don't see anyone here. There's a bell on the counter. Let's see if anyone answers it. After we check for hint coins, as usual. Looks like they have a billiard room downstairs. I've never been good at billiards. I've only tried a couple times in my life, though, so... Ding ding! A puzzle! Oh my! Sir? Is that wine in your hand? Well, finally, some guests. Can I get you folks a room? Sir, you must be aware that you are at risk today. Have you not received the evacuation order? Evacuation order? Thought we had more cancellations than usual. As the owner of this establishment, I have no intention of leaving. The Specter is coming tonight. You won't be having any guests. Well, let the blasted Specter come. He can put down a deposit, just like everyone else. Besides, where's there to run to? The Spectre won't be leaving Miss Thaler anytime soon. Even the hotels are gorgeous. I know! The scenery is so great. I love it. Perhaps not, but at least you'd be safe. Did you ring the bell to get a room? Or to badger an old man into abandoning his business? I suggest you refrain from telling me to go elsewhere, unless you'd like me to tell you to do the same. I suppose that's logical. You would like a room, please? Actually, you look like pretty sophisticated folks. Maybe you could help me with something. It is a puzzle! Number 12, room check, worth 35 picarettes. You need to check all 12 rooms in the hotel. You want to be as efficient as possible and make your rounds without entering the same room twice. There's a number you can use to help you remember the route so that you can check every room quickly with no backtracking. What is that number? What? I think I get it. 2 5 25.
Some puzzles must be met directly. I love the thrill of a good solution.
Who did the man see with the hat over his eyes? He's looking down, obviously. Looking down. He's taller than everyone else. Great! If you complete the circuit in the shape of number 25, you can check all the rooms efficiently. That's all there was to it? How could I lose sleep over that? I swear to God, insomnia is the biggest problem in the Layton universe. Everybody loses sleep because of puzzles. Tell you what, take room 302. Best city view in the district. Right up the stairs. You're too kind. Thank you. .301. Oh well, no more hit points. That looks like it might be 302. Yep, this is definitely the room from the cutscene. Room 302. Here we are. This is great. You can see the entire block from here. We'll have a front row seat to the Specter. Well, we know the thick fog comes along with the Specter. I hope the fog won't obscure our view. And that's when the cutscene happens. Chapter 3. The Specter appears. We still have some time before the sun sets. Would you mind giving us a quick tour of North Alley, Luke? Want to go sightseeing? Now? Not exactly. But if the Specter appears, I would like to be familiar with the lay of the land. Oh, of course. Well, then we should go before it gets dark. Scouting is a key step in a proper investigation. How exciting! This is not exciting. The Spectre is very dangerous business. I know that. It can still be exciting. We are taking this investigation very seriously, Luke. Let's all keep in mind how important it is to have a clear head during the investigation, lest we miss the clue. Keep calm and carry on, even under duress. It is the way of the English gentleman and lady. The way of an English gentleman and lady. Now let's get going. There's the coin. No other coins, though? Oh well. Downward! Mr. Layton, what exactly are we looking for here, anyway? We need a clear understanding of our surroundings. Let's survey the neighborhood. Of course! Start on Murray Street and go to Pike Lane from there. Why do we need it? We can just have Luke tell us everything. Apparently he knows this place like the back of his hand. Uh-oh, puzzle. I think someone dropped their change in that small pool. You've never heard of wishing well before? They didn't drop it. That's for good luck. You make a wish and throw a coin in there. Oh, is that right, Luke? Let me try one. Let's have a puzzle while you search your pockets. Okay. Number 13, Bucket Run, or 30 picarettes. Ooh, a maze. You have 2 empty buckets and are currently in the park with 2 fountains. Starting at the position marked by the star, visit both of the fountains, filling a bucket each, and return as quickly as possible to the starting point. Assuming you do not travel along the same path twice, what route should you take? That strikes me as a bit too obvious. No, it can't be that easy, can it? Because this takes way too long. That's definitely not the shortest route.
I'll handle this one, Professor.
Figured.
All right. Let me try that again.
The least amount of time. Instead of least amount of time, you can interpret it in saying least amount of squares. Clearly, that'll take a ton of time. And this just repeats the same exact route, just going in the other direction. So what am I missing? I can't go into these at all. Not that I want to for any reason. I don't get it. This should be straightforward. What am I missing? I can't repeat, so I can't get it and come back. That'd be silly. You clearly can only take that path to get both of those. Why would they bother making you go to both of the wells if there's no way to hit one well without getting to the other? Actually carrying the buckets. What? Your first instinct might be to run straight to the fountains, but is that really the best approach? Practically. Oh! Because with the buckets you're slower. Really? Is that it? Oh.
What do you think about this?
Of course it is.
I did it, Professor.
Correct. If you followed the same path traveling in the opposite direction, you would have to carry heavy water-laden buckets across a long distance. That would slow you down, so it isn't the fastest way. Clever. Clever. Nicely done. So did you find any spare change? Not one. Maybe next time. In the day and age we live in, it's very common not to have any change. Day and age they live in, I would think you would have some. Oh hey, it's a chef. There's always a chef in these games. Of varying importance, I suppose. English meat pies, fresh bread. This menu looks great. Emmy, are you always hungry? Training several hours a day, several hours every day works up an appetite to no end. Looking at the menu reminds me of a puzzle, Emmy. Well, here goes that training again. Number 14, Cafeteria Conundrum, or 20 picarettes. There are 4 tables in the cafeteria. The total cost of food ordered at each table is the exact same amount. What's the last item ordered at table 4? A, a cup of tea, B, a glass of juice, or C, a plate of toast? Alright. Let's compare these two tables. Cross you out, cross you out, cross you out, and we cross you out. That means 1T, 1A, equals 2B. Alright, now let's compare this table and this table. Obviously, we can cross both of these out. Cross one of you out. That means 1 toast. Toast equals 2, or 1C I should say, equals 2A. Alright, so we've got our conversions. That means 1C equals 4B. Alright, so we have 3A. Alright, so if we have, let's just turn everything into numerical values then, shall we? The smallest value is the glass of juice, which is 1. And the tea would be 2, and the toast would be 4. So we have 6, 7, 8 value on that table. So we need another cup of tea.
I think I've got this
Um,
one.
Scared me for a second there, emulator.
You
Please
can't
don't
let
do
a
that to
puzzle
me.
intimidate you.
Terrific! A cup of tea is correct. If you look at tables 1 and 3, you can deduce that the plate of toast costs the same as 2 cups of tea. There you can figure out total price of the food ordered by each table is the same as the cost of 4 cups of tea. Cafeteria conundrum. Correct! Looking at the menu is making my stomach grumble. I'm kind of hungry now, too. Welcome! Well, no, you don't look familiar. Is this your first time here at Patty's place? Yes, it is, as a matter of fact. Well, I'm Patty, and this is my place! Can I get you some fresh bread with bacon and eggs? Ooh, that does sound wonderful. Add a few veggies, some butter, and bam! A sandwich that refuses to be beaten and begs to be eaten. Dude, you are making me hungry and it's almost lunchtime. Not fair. I think my brain just drooled a little bit. I like her. It smells so good in here. Take your time and enjoy your meal. No bread for the baked bread. That's on old Patty. I like him. Luke is frickin' adorable. He is. I can't get over how that he looks so different compared to the other Layton games, though. Which is completely normal. It's just like, every time I see him, I'm like, Luke, what happened? Oh yeah, you're 7 years old. I've had just about enough with all this nonsense! Don't you know how busy I am? Now they want you to just up and leave because of some giant inspector? Not inspector. This makes me so angry! You! Solve this puzzle! Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, ma'am. Puzzle number 15, eating point, worth 20 picarettes. You're supposed to meet a friend at a restaurant, but you forgot which restaurant. Happens to me a lot. You know the restaurant is due north of the hero statue, due south of the goddess statue, and due east of the lion statue. What? You have a map? It doesn't show the compass directions for statue names. Which restaurant are you looking for? Due north of a hero statue, due south of the goddess statue, and due east of a lion statue. Alright. There's nothing to this east, nothing to west, and nothing to north. So that means it has to be one due south of here. But if it's due south, there's literally only one option. Due north here. But this screws everything up. Because then it would have to be due east of the lion statue. There's nothing due east of here, there's nothing due east of here. But wait. It doesn't show compass directions. So everything could rotate. Okay, that makes more sense. So if we assume this is north, that would make this east, and this west, and this south. If we do that, it doesn't work, does it? It does not. But why did Luke travel with Layton as seen in the other games? That's what this game is supposed to answer, actually. So I'm really excited to find out. Alright, so that doesn't work either. So let's rotate it again and make north bottom. This south. That would make this west and this east. Does that make sense? No, wait, the west and east need to be mixed up. My bad! That also doesn't really work. So we need to rotate again. North, south, west, east. Sorry about the noise, that's my parents' dog. He's waking up. He usually does around this time of day. Alright, due north of one. due south of the other, due east of another. Actually, none of them seem to match. Ah. North, south, east. No. Oh, what if it's at an angle? What if it's at an angle? That makes way more sense. Then it must be A. Because let's say this was north, this was south, this was west, and this was east. Or vice versa. Switch it. This is south, this is north, this is east, and this is west. Assuming that it only is the 4 ways makes it screwed up. Okay. So it's north of that, south of that, and due east of that. So it must be A.
This took some creative thinking.
It did! I like that one.
No puzzle is without an answer.
Correct. Meeting at restaurant A. Look at the map from all angles. It becomes obvious that A is the only restaurant that fits all the requirements. Because you have to look at it, you had to spin it into a corner. Oh, I love that one. That was good. That was a good puzzle. Ooh, a toy train course. Oh, you got the answer already? Well, good for you. I, for one, can't stand here puzzling my life away. If the police say so, I have to go. I want to go home now! Looks like the police have given the evacuation orders. Luke and the police deserve a bit of credit for saving people. Luke deserves a ton of credit for saving people. Alright, Dom's Express. Alright, what do we need to do? Can't that train speed up a bit? Not enough fuel, you say? Well, then you'll just have to refuel along the way. Remember to make intersections too. It won't let me. Oh, right, I start here. That's why it won't work. Won't make it that way. Have to be more efficient about it. And it says, remember you can make intersections, so that's going to be important. That certainly won't work. That certainly won't work. Obviously, that's not gonna work. Nope. Has to be way more efficient than what I'm doing. That was the first thing I tried. Nice peaceful music, though. Specifically tells me about making intersections, and that's not a thing I'm doing. So obviously I'm doing something wrong. Obviously no. This seems like the most efficient path to me every single time I look at it. So obviously I'm getting something wrong. Can you go through the house above 4? No, you can't go through houses. You can only go through stations. This one's a toughie. It specifically says you can make intersections, though, so... Can't do any intersections with that. I'd get trapped over here. See, every time I just go back to this, and it just doesn't work. This one's really tough. I don't know if I'll be able to get this one. Ta-da! Had to make an intersection, so I thought in my head, where would I actually be able to work with an intersection? Ta-da! I'm proud of myself. Completed Dom's Express. That's 2 completed. And let's do a little bit more exploring around. No, wait. I ended up back here? I wanted to go down. Got you! You weren't here before! Are you mice just randomly running across the entire village? Ooh. Found something! A curious fragment. Cool. Train looks like the Military Express now that I look at it. Sort of. Sort of does. Who's that? Well, who's that indeed? Good day, sir. Can we ask you a few questions? Well, sure, you pretty young thing. Ask me all the questions you want. What's your name? Well, my name is Emmy, thank you. You're investigating the Specter. Do you know anything about it? Was that Specter? Oh, pretty and curious, eh? That was quite a lethal combo there. Sir, I just want to know if you've seen any... A pretty young lady is asking me questions. That must mean old Clarence has still got it. Thanks for your time. The police were just here. They announced that the Specter was coming, and they left. So you have heard of the Specter? That Oracle sure knows what's going on. The Oracle should do the weather, too. Looks like people are really taking Luke's predictions to heart. Clarence is a bit of a perv. Yeah, I've gotten that impression. Oh no, I've been this way. Hope you don't talk too much. No. To chat and say and interact all you want, please. I enjoy having someone here to talk with. I don't always have a very active chat, so Anybody who wants to hop in and chat up and talk all the time, I'm totally for it. This character reminds me of another I've seen. Different hair. I left in a rush when I heard about the Specter, but I'm worried about Joseph. Have you seen him? I'm sorry, and you are... Oh, I'm Bobby. I work at the hotel on Great Ellie Street. I left as quickly as I could when I heard the news, but I never saw Joseph leave. Last I saw him, he was muttering something about next year being a bitter tourist season. I'm scared that the hotel may get destroyed with Joseph inside. It's alright, miss. We saw him earlier. I think he'll be fine. I can't help but worry, though. I should have dragged him out of the hotel instead of with my precious dolls. Well, puzzle number 17. Which doll? 30 picarettes. Oh dear. It may not look at first, but one of the dolls marked A, B, or C is identical to the doll on the far left, which of the 3 dolls should be an exact match to that 4th doll. Interesting. Actually, it looks like A. Similar head movement, similar clothing, just different colors. But I don't think that's what they're looking for. An identical match. Colors are pretty similar, too. The left doll is creepy. Little bit. Play with me. No, it's gotta be the colors that matter. And by identical match, they mean they have the same colors present in their entire doll, I would guess. So then it wouldn't be A, because there's black in the hat. But then B and C have even less colors in common. Identical to the doll. Dolls may look different, but the word identical may be a little tricky here. Pay close attention to what dolls are wearing. So it's colors. It's colors. And I still want to say A, but I bet that's a trick. Give them really similar looking clothes so you think they're a match. That said, the other ones don't match at all. Especially the one with the stripes. So let's go for it.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
Nope.
What could have gone wrong here?
Think of all the possibilities it could be. No, screw you. Alright, there goes 10 picarettes down the drain. Alright. Identical.
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Really? I have no idea what this puzzle's asking me to
I've
see.
missed something.
So, process of elimination. And by getting 1/3 of the picarettes we should have gotten.
This took some creative thinking.
No, it took guessing.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
I'm sorry, what? It's a reversible doll. Correct, it is doll C. The doll is reversible. When you flip it over, the skirt falls to expose another torso and face. Which, by the way, little creepy. Then the arms are seen as the legs and vice versa. I should have noticed that the arms and legs looked exactly the same. You simply had to look for a doll with the same colored skirt fringe as the doll on the left with the opposite colored arms and legs. Tricksy hobbits. I would not have guessed they were flippable dolls. Are those your dolls? Yes, I'm very attached to them. But how can I take away the dolls and leave my boss behind? I feel terrible. I hope the Spectre passes right by Great Ellie Street. We kind of hope so too, but for completely different reasons, my lady. That said, I think it's a good time to end the stream for today. So, my name is Lamar Haven. I stream Monday through Friday starting at 10 AM PST. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, Thursdays, I will stream what you've seen here. Professor Layton and the Last Specter. The beginning of the second trilogy of the Layton series, as we get to find out exactly how Professor Layton and Luke met, and how they began their journeys together, along with his mysterious assistant, Emmy. I'm enjoying it already. The puzzles are very difficult at times, and the story is already intriguing the hell out of me. I love mysteries. That said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream Wild Arms 3, Blind, as chosen by you, the viewers. So, Wild Arms 3, if you haven't played the Wild Arms series, is an JRPG set in the Wild West style fantasy setting. It's very cool. Lots of mysteries abound in that game as well, and the characters are all very interesting and fun to play with. However, Professor Layton gets cross-posted to my YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, you can either follow the link on screen or link below the stream to get to my YouTube channel. On YouTube, I have 2 YouTube-specific series. They are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Resident Evil 4, and The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Binding of Isaac Rebirth is getting an expansion that's coming out in almost a week. 8 days to be specific. So, keep looking forward to those Binding of Isaac episodes as I work my way towards Platinum God, and when the expansion hits, we'll be going straight into playing it as well, while still working on Platinum God. But the expansion I'm super excited about. There's a ton of features involved in it. I just can't wait to put out videos and play it. Resident Evil 4, however, oh my, I thought I was good at the Resident Evil 4 through 6 games. I was wrong. Resident Evil 4 is kicking my ass, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. And I hope you guys are too. In the meantime, I am done for the day. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you folks next time.